what's happened, and there's been so much really news and development in the last 3 years of the Western Canadian independence movements, plural. There is nothing new about Western Canada and or certain provinces wanting independence from Canada and or being a single country themselves and or being the 51st state of the United States. It's a very, very convoluted picture because so much that has to do so much in the airwaves. Let me just put it regarding this conversation, which is independence movements and independence. It's a Texas story. Come on, this is not new. It's Texas, but I've never seen. I guess everyone's so deluded in the politics talk, and no one really. All I ever look at, okay, is well, what's life like? What's life like? Now, most people don't care what's going on at a parliamentary level or at a Senate or congressional level. We might think we do, but we don't. People who are involved in this kind of stuff, I call them wonks, of course. We know just we're a tiny percentage of people who actually kind of follow the news. Why would you follow the news anymore? It's crazy, but we do some of this. But either way, right now, what I say is, okay, well, what's life look like? Because I know what life looks like in Arizona. I know what life looked like living in Seattle. I know what life looked like in Montreal, stuff. You have to live somewhere to really feel what it feels like. And then, of course, what's daily life like? What's prices like? What's issues now like regulation? People are moving to Texas. I've got, major billionaire CEO guys, Val, who's moving to Texas, like Austin, Texas. I'm talking from New York, from San Francisco, whatever. It's where it's deregulation. It's where they want you to do business. Because when you do business, liberals will tell you God hates corporations. No, they employ people. They employ tons of people. They pour more money into the economy than any of regular civilians. But people are going to Texas, Austin, Texas. Boy, I tell you what, that's a hot city. Anyhow, what's digressing is there's only two things right now. God, I'm digressing, but right now is a totally different time in 2025. Really, starting since November 5th, 2024. But what's different right now is now there's not just one conversation. The conversation was primarily like Alberta 51. For the last 3 years. But two things have happened. Number one, the dam has burst. Okay, the cat's out of the bag. Courtesy of Donald J. Trump. Donald Trump, when he said Canada 51, God, I've been researching this guy since the 70s. I'm going, oh my God. He went even above my head on this. He said Canada 51. Because it's logistically and legally and logistically, you're able to do it. The founding fathers always welcomed any province of Canada become part of the United States. It's still there. But Trump floats Canada 51. And then, of course, my proponent has been start with AB 51 as a domino. And now you got Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary coming up. Well, how about kind of a Euro pass North America? Bring the barriers down, let the business begin, and stop this nonsense about enforcing borders when we're already friends. And here's what's different. Is right now, I say the cat's out of the bag. Donald Trump's talking Canada 51. So the conversation has started. Kevin O'Leary is huge because what O'Leary brings with him just in his conversation, and he's going to be down in Mar-a-Lago talking about this stuff, Val. But what he was saying with this Euro pass kind of thing, I'm not really a proponent this second, but it's a really cool concept, and that both countries get together and just the ultimate of free trade. But so we've got three distinct movements right now. You got Canada 51, you've got Alberta 51, and you've got let's call it Mr. Wonderful's Euro pass, North America pass. these are kind of cool. But the bottom line, it's the same conversation. It's all about freedom. And all it comes down to is people just, I don't care if it says cliche or not, people just don't, they just want to be free.
Mhm.
They just want to be free. Send their kids where they want to school, groceries affordable, not having an oppressive government, not do any regulations. When you try and buy or build a house, come on.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
and I think too, like if we just zone in and do a flyover of Alberta and the reality of where things is, and I mean my perspective is instantaneous at the hundreds and thousand group level of Alberta. And so when I can send a text message and instantly show bare cupboards of homes of people not having food, not being able to pay for power, and Alberta is positioned as, the energy leader, and we've got people that are freezing in their homes, seniors who can't heat their homes.
just can't believe
I've got families with no food, but they do not qualify for government programs. I have Canadian vets who have served their country surviving on burning and eating rats. This is Danielle Smith's Alberta, and she is en route to Texas soon because guess what? It's going to be a catch up, a checks and balance on the border crisis that's been happening at the US Alberta border. And I just want to say to law enforcement, you tell the truth, you give it, and
it.
you hold every accountable fact on what was said and where we're at today, and do not let go and hold that line. We stand for our law enforcement.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't and isn't for our United States military, our law enforcement, our border security, um, you know, things would not be held together as they are right now. But the people of Alberta are crying